before I get started in the video, I want to give a shout out to my friend Charles Meacham. He's been really trying to give me a kick in the ass to get back to doing YouTube videos and stuff like that, and he's been on me real bad about doing them. I haven't done one in a while, if you guys haven't noticed. So I'd like to give a thanks and a shout out to Charles Meacham. Thanks for giving me a kick in the ass I needed to get back to doing the videos. Before I get into my opinion and what my thoughts are on street beefs, I want to just give everyone just a brief background on what I've done and who I am in mixed martial arts, so you'll understand, why either you think my opinion matters or it doesn't. For anyone that's new tuning in, I started training for MMA in 1999. I'm a second-degree black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. My MMA record before I fought in street beefs was 31, 26, and 3. I fought MMA professionally. I boxed professionally. I fought in a lot of shows. I fought a lot of UFC fighters before they got into the UFC. Some of them I fought after they were in the UFC. Done pretty well. I won a lot of titles. I'm actually a former world champion. I'm a former Fight Zone world champion back, this was like way back in the day, like in the early 2000s. They didn't have my weight class in the UFC. I was a 135-pound fighter, so I fought in shows like Hook and Shoot and anywhere where they would try to like really, give the smaller guys some due. I fought in Total Combat Challenge. I fought Miguel Torres. I went the distance with Miguel Torres when he was pound for pound the best fighter in the world. I fought a lot of guys. I fought, God, I can't even remember some. My brain's a little fried. I still having trouble seeing from that street beefs fight. Everything's blurry, so I apologize if my eyes are going all crazy. But anyways, okay, so my thoughts on street beefs. I got into street beefs. I decided to do a street beefs fight because this stupid punk young kid, like half my age, owed me $50 from a bet that he lost, and he refused to pay me, and was talking shit online about how he beat my ass and blah 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 blah. So he basically was like, "Come take the $50 from him." So I was like thinking like, okay, instead of street fighting this guy and getting in trouble and beating him up, let's do street beefs. I kind of heard about it. I joined their group, and I was like, man, let's go there and do it, because I was gonna film it and put it on YouTube anyways, me beating his ass for the $50, and he agreed to do it. So we set this whole fight up, and then he backed out. He ended up paying the $50. He gave it to one of my friends. I still gotta grab it from him, but he paid the debt, apologized to me for being a douchebag basically, and that was that. But I already like signed up to go down there and fight him, and I was kind of like, I kind of wanted to see if I still had it. It's been since 2008 since I fought in a legitimate like sanctioned fight. Last street fight I was in was when I was in work release. I one-punched some guy at some truck stop or something like that when I was at work. I get in street fights all the time, but that's not the same as fighting someone that's trained. But so I kind of just wanted to see if I still had it in me. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna still go down there and fight. I'm gonna see what's going on with this street beefs. So it's in Winchester, Virginia. So I got off work. My girlfriend took off work, and we're just driving down there. It's kind of crazy because they match you up the day of the event. So once you get there, they kind of separate everyone. They're like, okay, like if you're 165, come right here. If you're under 165, go this way. If you're over 165, go that way. And then they just start talking to you. They try to figure out, experience. They try to match you up as close as they can to experience and weight. So about within 10 pounds your weight class, and it's whoever shows up there. Nothing's pre-planned, which isn't what I'm used to. It's kind of crazy. I wasn't scared. I'm not scared to fight anybody, But it's kind of nuts. It's like, you know, when I fought MMA, even boxing or anything, you have an opponent, you know who your opponent is a month, 2 months, maybe even 3 months ahead of time. So you have lots of time to train specifically for that opponent, to fight that opponent. So in this situation, I have no idea what the background knowledge is, and you really almost don't really have time to even look them up when you get down there. You know what I mean? Because the guys are going by fight names. So if they don't use their real name, it's going to be real tough to look the guy up. So you really can't get any information on the guy unless you've seen him fight before in Street Beefs, or you know somebody or something. So you really have no idea how to train or how to fight the guy. So you kind of go in there blind, which is kind of nutty. You know, you go down there and you're just like, man, who are they going to match me up with? You know, it's kind of crazy. I can kind of see it being like someone being scared and stuff like that. So it's pretty wild. So we're driving somewhere, and like, you know, we're going, it's in the country. So we're just like, man, we don't even know whose property this is we're fighting on. We've never met these guys. We don't know these people. So you're going in super blind with a lot of trust that everything is going to be okay. And it was super cool. I can't tell you how much fun I had. It brought back almost some nostalgia and some old memories from the beginning MMA days, like before they called it MMA. Like I was doing this before they kept track of records, before MMA was even the 3-letter word. We called it NHB for no holds barred. They called it extreme fighting. I mean, they called it whatever they wanted to call it for the show to get the fans to go there and watch it. So it really brought back, like back in the early days when we were kind of just going wild, because a lot of states it was illegal to fight MMA, so we'd have to agree that, you know, we were amateurs, or we'd have to agree to some craziness stuff and do and say some stuff sometimes even to even be able to fight. You know, we were fighting on Indian reservations, so it was just really nuts back then. So the Street Beefs really brought back memories of how much fun I had before the Athletic Commission got involved. The Athletic Commission getting involved in MMA was definitely a good thing, but it ruined a lot of stuff as well. It was really like so much more fun before the Athletic Commission days. We used to agree to what rule set we're going to use. I fought under no time limits. We would make up rules as we would go along. You know what I mean? It was just nuts back then. But it really brought back those old memories of back in the beginning days when I used to fight. So I really appreciated that, because I really missed that. I really missed that a lot. There's nothing I love more than fighting. So when we get there, you know what I mean? It's outside, and you know, they're matching you up in weight classes and things like that. People are coming from everywhere. My first fight, I fought a guy from Maryland. The second fight, I fought a guy from Detroit. I mean, there's people flying in from Texas. I think there was a guy that flew in there, I believe, from Utah or Washington State, way on the other side of the way on the other side of the country. So it's really pretty crazy where these people come from, man. And we all get there, and the atmosphere was way, way, way cooler than I thought it was going to be. Everybody gets along. Like, it literally is almost like family. People are bringing their dogs. People are bringing their kids. It's almost like I feel like it's like a big family reunion. They got, like, whoever's property this has, they have some pavilions where people can go under. People are cooking. I think the food's free. The drinks, the water that you get there is free. Like, everyone is just bringing stuff and, like, handing it out. Everybody was just amazing. I can't tell you how cool everybody was. That was a little different. That was a little bit of a different atmosphere too, because when I fought, we'd go to these shows, man, and there's certain teams, like, I don't know, you had teams that were like more assholes than others. You had certain fighters that were dicks, and, you know, and you had a bunch of people that weren't dicks, cool people and not so cool people. But at Street Beefs, everybody was cool, man. Like, I didn't meet one asshole there at all. It was like, that was what was super cool. I was kind of put off at how nice everybody was. I was kind of thinking everyone was going to kind of have that chip on your shoulder, act kind of tough, but everybody was just unbelievably cool, man. It's like, it made you want to go back again before I even fought. So it was just a blast. And another thing that I noticed, which I thought was really super cool, was there's a lot of different races there. So there's lots of black people, lots of white people. There were some Asian people. There were some Spanish people. I really, really, really appreciated and loved how everybody was mixing together, getting along. There was, there was just no bullshit. You know what I mean? Which was super duper cool. Everybody was intermingling together and just having a blast, man. Everybody was just like having so much fun. It was just wild, man. We watched almost every fight. I didn't watch as many as my girlfriend did because I was too busy just kind of like trying to focus and get myself mentally right. But she's out going around watching fights, man. Everyone's like huddled up around the cage. It is super super cool. And I couldn't really understand. I kind of feel like this everyone's super cool because of how they have it set up. Like when you get into the street beefs groups, you're not allowed to shit talk other fighters. You're not allowed to badmouth people. Like you'll get booted out of the group for that stuff. And at first I was kind of like, well, man, how do you like call people out to get a title shot? How do you do this if you can't like talk shit or something? You know what I mean? So I was kind of confused at that, but now I get it. I think that those rules that they have in the groups is what makes everything like super cool at the events, that there's no beef because you didn't have somebody running their mouth online and then you're going to see them at the event and a bunch of shit's going to happen. They don't need that crap, and they're really trying to do positive things. They do food drives. People go in there and they drop off canned foods for food drives. The guy that runs it, his name, he goes by Face or Scarface. That dude is as straight up and as cool as it gets, man. Like whatever he's got going on, man, it is a really really good thing, and people really need to be happy that he's doing that because he's doing a lot of good in the community and stuff, and a good thing for fighters and giving up people a chance, an outlet to fight. They're a lot of their sayings is like guns down, gloves up. So they're trying to get people to work these beefs out in the cage, and no matter who wins or loses, let's squash it. There was, for example, there was somebody, I don't know if it was at this last one or the one before that, but somebody was talking about someone's family member, and that's why they were fighting. And Face would bring them together and be like, no, you understand why he wants to fight you because you're talking about his family. And that guy would be like, yeah, I told him that after we fight, we're cool with squash. They fought, and the guy that was defending his family ended up losing too, but the guy that was talking shit probably started the whole thing. He was cool and dropped it afterwards, and they got along after the fight. So Face is doing a good job of trying to get people just to squash shit and fight it out, and just be super cool. So I got nothing bad to say about it, man. The rounds are short, which is probably good for my old ass. It's 2-minute rounds. And it's basically pro MMA rules, except no knees to the head, either on the ground or standing up. So, and another thing, like I see a lot of bad people talking bad about the refs and bad about stuff on the internet. You gotta remember, man, these guys are all doing this for free. The people are there donating their time, reffing the fights. Face is organizing these fights. I'm sure he gets some money from the YouTube videos or something like that, but believe me, that guy deserves every penny he gets for them videos, man, because what he's doing is super good. But everybody is doing stuff for free. Someone that has a medical background is there like checking on fighters, making sure they're good to go. People are bringing free water. He doesn't charge to come to the events. So everyone's got to settle down with that shit talking stuff and just appreciate what he's doing for everybody that's enjoys street beefs. So I got nothing bad to say, man. I fucking love it. I can't wait to do the next one, man. I'm like addicted to this shit now. So, man, I can't wait. I love this shit. So, be on the lookout for me August 7th, man. I'm gonna hopefully get a Street Beefs title fight. I gotta add a Street Beefs belt to this trophy wall I got back here, man. I would love to do that. So, if any of you are watching this video that have anything to do with a title fight, please, I want a title shot, man, at 155 or 160.